youtube.com/MayhewMayhem. That's youtube.com/MayhewMayhem.
Hello and welcome to another episode of 30 Minutes of Mayhem. I am your host. My name is Michael Mayhew, and I am here with my co-hosts.
What's up, everybody? It's me, Greg. We are joined once again by the man of the hour,
Nick from youtube.com/TheTicTacMan, and joining man with more STDs than my sister,
Brian Gatt, and I'm also here joined with the man who fuck! Son of a bitch.
I like being on the bottom. What's up? I'm Dale.
What if we can't have an insulting comment if we botch our introduction? That's the punishment.
That's the punishment. Well, it was funny because he was like, "Ah, fuck," and I thought Dale was.
I was waiting for Dale just to say, and I'm down.
No, because I was actually holding the mic, cracking up at what Nick said. Again, like I always do. And then when he was like, "Oh fuck," and I was just like catching my breath. Just go, Ryan. Just go. So since the introduction had apparently STDs and dicks in it, you know, some people have a hard time getting that stuff. For instance, Mike. So I was wondering if if you guys would
I'm glad I have a hard TDs. I don't want them. But go on.
Fuck, I fucked that up. I did. God damn it. Would you guys ever be desperate enough? I wouldn't say desperate. But would you guys ever, in your entire life?
What's the punishment if you can't introduce a topic?
Because you just
that you have to pass the topic to Ryan.
Just interrupted me, asshole. You know what? Everybody shut up. All right, first topic. Would you guys ever sign up for a dating site? Mike?
Did you just pick me?
Yes, asshole.
Fuck no.
Combative.
Fuck no, I wouldn't use an online dating site. I'm sorry, but that shit is fucking asinine. For real, like, people use Craigslist as a dating site. Craigslist is a good way to get them AIDS, but no, a Craigslist is a good way to get killed. Like, people, like, there's Craigslist hookers, dude. Like, people hook on Craigslist.
Oh yeah.
It's big. No, I'm being serious. Like, it's big for.
No, I know what you're talking about. I've seen it.
It's like, I fucking use it. I know what you're talking about. Shut the fuck up.
No, I've seen it. I'm saying I've seen it. It's crazy.
It's a sexual community. Like, that's what I've been hearing, is that a lot of gay people use Craigslist for gay sex. But anyways, back to the online dating site specifically, fuck no. Because I tried to sign up for blackpeoplemeet.com and got denied.
Oh.
Gee, I wonder why, Mike.
And then
you know what? You know what's pretty bad when you sign up for an online site and you get denied.
He doesn't get the joke. And then
I got the joke.
I tried JDate too, and you know, I'm Protestant, so that didn't work out either. But no, in all seriousness, no, I would never use an online dating site. You're pathetic, basically, is what I'm saying. If you have to like use an online dating site for like you're trying to meet somebody, I mean like get the fuck out and do something with yourself. You know, Jesus Christ.
Instead of sitting your fat ass behind a computer all day long.
Go fucking go to Walmart and try to find a bitch there. That is less degrading. In my opinion. I mean, if you've ever been on the people at Walmart.com, like, you know how fucking people at Walmart are, Jesus Christ. Or if you've ever been to one, period, I would never use one. I think it's Match.com, honestly. When you fill out the shit, they can, like, not approve you for the site. That's how they keep their ratings up so high. Because, like, once you fill out your shit, if they don't think that you're compatible with anyone they already have on there, they deny you. Enough of me ranting and raving about the pathetic...
Ranting and raving. Raving.
Of humanity. I'm gonna pick Nick because I rarely ever pick Nick. So Nick, would you ever sign up for an online dating site? Yes or no, and why?
I have enough time to get bitches, so no, I probably wouldn't. I mean, that's one of those things where if I had the time, I could possibly consider it if I was fucking busy, which I never expect to be. Like, you'd have to be CEO level fucking busy, but then again, you'd be able to get a date like really easy because you're a fucking CEO of a company. So no, I wouldn't, unless, you know, I was looking for a Muslim girl or Jew, because I kind of scare them away by calling them the Muslims and the Jews. Well, actually, I call them the Durkas and the Jews. But Durka. Say I want to meet a nice Shebrew. You know, where the fuck do I go around here to find a nice Shebrew, Mike?
I have no idea.
I'd have to put a fucking ad in the paper like, hey, Hebrew ladies.
Seeking Jewish woman.
Seeking kosher woman.
The only pork that you will ever have is the one in my pants.
Wait, can you count World of Warcraft as a dating website?
That's bottom of the barrel. So I would say no.
That's
about-
I
what
think
about
that's
Sims?
hilarious. Like people play fucking MMOs and get married over that shit.
Yeah, like Sims.
And then they meet the people they married, and they realize the chick's a land whale.
But they've already gone this far, so that they're not willing to back out.
When she can't see to back up, and Dale in that situation is like fucking right.
Yes,
it up.
I'm $14 a month
like-
spent.
He's like, oh yeah.
So I'd really like to hear Greg's take on this topic.
My take? No, I would never ever use a dating site. Mostly because of the same reasons that Mike pointed out. Because if you're that
Get denied?
no, that that it's pathetic. I mean, I'm not that much of a shut-in that I wouldn't actually try to go out and meet someone in real life. That and I mean, people lie on those websites all the time. You go nobody ever posts like how they actually look on those websites. So you're going to meet this this banging hot, and you get there and she shows up and she's like completely like fucking ugly.
That's
Or
what
even-
we like to call the MySpace angles because
Oh yeah.
bitches would take pictures and they look good like in pictures. The big thing was it started on MySpace when MySpace blew up is they would take pictures and they would look good in the pictures on MySpace and then you'd see them in person you'd be like Jesus fucking Christ
What the fuck
fuck?
happened to you?
yeah and we
Or
start- we
even
start calling
worse
it the MySpace angles.
is if you just get pictured in that and then you go to see them and they're a total
Butterface.
butterface.
Face.
Well, yeah, that or you could tell if they're fat because if they take just pictures of their face, they never have any body shots. You know
Well,
what I
no,
mean?
they can have body shots. They do, but they do a high angle, so you have
Yeah.
that fucking fucked up perspective. So it looks like, oh my god, that's a tight little body, and then you get it, and it's like, oh. Or in
a
Dale's
muffin
case,
top.
oh
yeah
yeah, better than I thought.
but yeah that's what I like to call the MySpace angles but anyways go on.
So I mean, no, I would never ever use a dating site because I mean, like I said, people lie about that shit all the time on them, and because I mean, it's mostly like a lot of really desperate people, and I mean, I'm desperate. I mean, I don't know. Well, yeah, actually, I kind of am desperate, but I'm not so desperate that because there's being desperate and then there's being desperate at that, and I'm not like so far gone that I feel like the only way to find someone is through like an online dating site. I am not at that level of patheticness yet, and hopefully never will be.
Well, Greg, you live in Steubenville, so all you gotta do is go down about 2 blocks, find yourself some crack whores.
Yeah, that's always been one of the problems is that like every time I meet like a girl in Steubenville who I feel like I'd be interested in dating or something,
Turns
it
out she
always
smokes
turns out
crack.
it always turns out one of two ways. They're taken or interested. And then the rest of the girls are either like butt fucking ugly or like absolute sluts.
Ryan's like what's wrong with the sluts part again.
Okay.
Yeah, what's
here-
wrong with that?
Okay.
Because I
what's
mean,
wrong with
honestly,
what's wrong with the
hang on,
sluts?
hang on. How do you call a girl a slut? Because I mean, if a guy likes to fuck around a lot, is he a slut also? How does that work? How does that condescend?
Okay.
Because
Okay, now
here's-
I can tell you how this works.
Okay. Go for it, Mike. You than I would.
Okay. If a girl has had a bunch of dicks, her pussy gets beat in and it's fucking falling out and it's loose as shit and no man wants a fucking loose pussy. A man's penis does not get affected by how much giant he puts it in unless he gets an STD. Ain't no man want a beat ass vagina.
Yeah.
So are
Exactly.
porn stars sluts?
Yes.
Okay.
Even the titles on their movies say sluts.
Guess I will pass it to Ryan.
I would not use a dating site. For one, they cost a shit ton of fucking money.
Well, they're free
For
up
two,
to a
I'm
point.
stupid.
Like you can do stuff like fill out your profile. Like it'll show you who you might be, compatible with. But if you want to do, I forget. Like if you want to do some shit,
Yeah, if you want to
Dale's a
interact,
fucking
you would have to,
expert.
you have to subscribe to it.
Yeah, but no, it's for one thing, it's too much money. I'd rather go out to a bar or go somewhere like that and actually interact with somebody instead of interacting with the screen. I actually like to get, because you can figure out who somebody is with sitting down and talking to them face to face than typing. I mean, anybody can type any kind of bullshit. You really know the person until you actually sit there and talk to somebody, and I think it's getting away from that. Instead of me calling you and actually having a conversation, I'm going to text you and send you a text. Stuff like that. We're getting away from our communication skills. And that's why I think a lot of these fucking people out here can't speak for a shit.
Also,
So,
probably
no,
because like a lot of them dropped out of school. A lot of people these days who just drop out of high school and they just complete like waste of space and that. But then there's like the very small minority where like they actually might end up doing something.
All right, Dale, what do you
Yeah.
think? Would you ever use one, or have you already?
I hear stories about them all the time.
Are they stories that you've
No,
lived through?
like one dude that I know, like he was talking about how he put himself on Craigslist, but like every time he'd go out, he always like write his name down like on a piece of paper and leave it in his room, saying, "Hey, I went here. This is my name. If I don't return, I have been killed. This is who I was meeting up with." Like he had to do all that shit. He's like, just in case. And there's like another dude's like, "Yo, I had to do the same thing." But you meet so many chicks that way, and I'm just like, I'd be too. Well, for one, I'm like too shy to do all that shit. But two, it's just like I don't find the naturalism in that. I'd rather just meet a girl the old-fashioned way, not through bars, because the last time I met a girl through a bar, I got cock blocked, majorly.
You know what? Just because you were too much of a pussy to seal the fucking deal, and I unintentionally clock blocked you at fucking 7 something in the morning after being up all fucking night, because you were too much of a pussy to seal the deal, don't make me the bad person.
How was I a pussy to seal the deal?
Dude, you worked on her for how many fucking hours, and you never did anything.
I didn't work on her. She worked on me.
Well, whatever. You guys neither one of you sealed the deal. How am I the
We were
bad
trying, but we had to always go find her fucking friend, and we had Ryan.
person?
He
Drunk
was
as fuck.
crying. He was
Drunk out of his
crying
mind.
the
But
whole
anyways.
He was crying.
Fuck!
He was gone. But anyway, you say you use that to meet girls the old-fashioned way. But what do you do when it comes to guys? Same game plan?
Yeah, same go. It's old school. You go to the truck stop bathroom and you just tap your foot underneath them stalls. Just like Grandpappy used to do.
No, but you remember that time truck stop and I was like, "Here, lizard, lizard, lizard." You got mad at me, and he's like, "Stop it! If they start coming over here, I'm gonna get pissed."
No.
You don't remember that?
No.
Maybe it must have not been with you. It must have been with somebody. I don't remember. We were talking about lot lizards, and we pulled into its truck stop parking lot. And I got out of the car and was yelling, "Here, lizard, lizard, lizard!" Oh, I was saying is like, there's so many people getting fucking pregnant. It's nuts, dude. Like every other status I see, I'm pregnant. I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ, start having sex fucking smart and stop being dumb about it.
But you're saying what your fear was about it. I didn't hear that part.
Oh, the fear of the fear of, I just don't want to have sex with a girl because then she might get fucking pregnant. Fertile. I mean, I may
That's why you
not be
need to have
fertile.
sex with men more.
No, that all brings me to this point. The legal age of consent. What do you think that the legal age of consent should be nationwide? And also to bring up the point that Dale stumbled upon this earlier. What was it you stumbled upon earlier, Dale?
That they lowered the age for girls allowed to buy the morning after pill
So,
to 15.
and we figured that would excite Nick and Ryan.
I figured Nick would like start bolting for the door right now.
Well, technically, the girls I choose, they don't even need contraception of any sort.
They just need a lot of therapy.
I think I just killed Ryan.
Fuck.
We're laughing. Ryan, they're fucking coughing to death.
Oh my god.
Ryan, you good?
He like
Yeah, I'm good.
So let's start this out. I'm gonna start it out with Ryan. What do you think age of consent should be? For all 50 states, not the states being able to choose themselves. I'm talking nationwide. What should the legal age of consent be?
Keep it at 18.
Well, it's
I
not
mean-
18. It's not 18 everywhere. States are different. 16.
Really? I didn't know that.
Ryan's like, I'm moving to Ohio, I guess.
No, fuck that. I like where I live. I think it should be 18 because I mean, I'm not saying that all people are this way, and don't take me wrong if I say this, but I'm saying that there's some people out there that are mature enough for that stage, but then again, there's also people that are not mature enough for that stage. And if you're gonna be mature about it and stuff like that, I mean, if you look back in the days of the Bible or days of back in the before Christ or anything like that, they were, was it like 13 or 14? They were married and already having kids. But I'm
Actually,
saying is,
today it's still going on. It depends on what country. We're just
Yeah,
talking
well,
about the
yeah.
U.S.
yeah, pretty much. I mean, there are people out there that are more mature than other people all the time, and if that person's maturely ready, then I guess I want to say 18. I just go with 18 because I mean you're 18 when you have to buy cigarettes and all that other stuff. So why not be 18 when you have to be the consentable age?
You can't buy alcohol until you're 21. You can't rent a car until you're 25. So why not one of them two?
You're not renting a car when you're fucking. I mean, honestly. I mean,
So you're smoking cigarettes and buying porn when you're fucking?
That's
yeah. Nick, what do you got on this situation? This has got to be good.
I don't think there should be a legal age of consent.
I think the legal age of consent should be 16. I feel it's a good age point just for the fact that how do I explain this? I have no idea.
Okay, well then I'll just pitch this to you. I'm 25 years old. If the legal age of consent in Ohio is 16, which it is, it means I could legally have sex with a 16-year-old. Is it wrong for me to have sex with a 16-year-old because I'm 25?
Well, considering my parents have a 9-year difference in their age.
But when did okay, how old were your parents when?
Well, let's see
when you
here.
were
I'm
conceived?
22, so they've been together 21 years.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. So 21 years ago, what age range were your parents in?
My dad was
My
in his
grandparents.
40s.
Okay, your dad was in his 40s, and there's a 9-year. Your mom's what? 9-year dad?
Yeah.
Okay, so that puts your mom probably in like her 30s. That's no big deal. They're mature by then.
My grandfather married my grandmother when she was 16. They
Well,
went to Georgia and got married.
Well, that's different. That was different times.
But how is it different though? How is it different times? Because it's not so long ago. I mean, it's still. I mean,
But I think for the most part, people who are that age range are dating people will most likely be dating and having intercourse with people who are in the 18 to 19, people who are close in the range. I don't expect them to be. No one expects them to be going out seeking out guys your age.
well, there are
it
the
would be
few that do.
yeah. Well, what I'm saying is like some people are like, well, he's 25. We could rent a car and he could buy me alcohol. I'm gonna suck his dick. You know, like I'm gonna
Right?
fuck him.
Yeah, that happens all the time, dude.
Yeah. So, but it would be completely legal. That's completely legitimate in the state of Ohio. Well, not for to buy the alcohol, not that part, but the sex is legal. And you're saying that there's nothing wrong with that.
I have to.
Well, I'm saying
You'd have to based off of how mature the person is.
Well,
You have to go by their maturity level.
You can't go a case by case basis. You can't that.
Yeah, you can. It's too hard. But I'm
That's not
saying
practical.
At 16, I think we're being a little bit. I do want whenever you were 16.
My driver's license.
Well,
Yeah, Dale's
had
priorities.
driver's license.
Dale's priorities were all messed up back then.
You just wanted to
mine
drive.
was-
Well, you know, when you drive, you get the ladies.
Mine was playing sports and chasing women. That was it.
Exactly. The second one right there, chasing women.
Oh yeah. When I was 16, oh fuck yeah, dude. I was trying to get in everything. I didn't give a fuck. I was trying to get my dick sucked, fucked. I didn't give a shit.
Right, but what I'm saying is, if the legal age of consent is 16 years old, anyone over the age of 16, no matter their age, could legally have sex with a 16-year-old.
Right.
As long as they consent.
Yeah, as long
That's that 16-year-old's decision.
Is the 16-year-old mature enough to make that decision? At the age of 16, are you mature enough to make that decision?
Guys
in
probably
a lot of
not,
cases,
because they're
no.
like, fuck yeah, I'm gonna get some. Girls are just like, I don't know.
So what you're saying, Dale, is you You don't think you don't think you could roll up to a high school right now and pick up a girl? Think you could do it?
Probably not. As soon as I tell them I'm like 25,
Yeah, because they're gonna ask your age. They're gonna be like,
they
"How old?"
might.
Well, the chances of that I think are slim. But see, do you think you could do it?
Probably, to be honest
Wait,
with you. Because I think they're young and dumb.
exactly. Thank you, Greg. What do you think? You've been quiet.
I don't know. I mean, I kind of agree with Nick. Like maybe should be lowered to like around 16 or something like that. I mean, a lot of other country like the age of consent like around that age or even lower, and they had and like completely okay. So I mean, I don't see why we couldn't. And I mean, it's not like it would like completely destroy American society or anything. I mean, plenty of kids are already going out and boning each other anyway. I mean, you might as well make it legal.
Kids boning kids is still a different thing. You
That
know.
is just like if you and somebody 18 and up are having sex.
Yep. But I mean, they it depends because that can get really gray too. But I'm gonna have to jump in here. Obviously, while I've been up in this the whole time, no pun intended. Dale put it exactly where I wanted to go. Young and dumb. 16 years old. I know when I was 16, and I know everyone here was not mature enough at the age of 16 to be handling that. There's a lot more to sex. It's something that weighs on, that is very strong and weighs on your mind. If you've ever been in like a really great relationship, I'm not saying this has happened to me, but I'm saying really great relationship. I've seen it plenty of times. Like people will have a great relationship. They'll date for like 3, 4 years, never have sex, and then like a couple months down the road, their relationship gets fucking destroyed. But that doesn't happen that often when people are older. I've seen couples that would get together like their freshman year and their senior year of high school. They finally bone, and then like everything gets destroyed. I mean, you could say that that it's also the age and so on and so forth, but that leads back to the whole point of maturity. I think at the youngest, 18, because I think at 18 you're more mature. You're mature enough to understand part of the consequences, if you will, of sex. And then you got to take into it, like I was saying earlier. I'm 25. Is it cool if I hook up with an 18-year-old? On my own standards, no, I wouldn't do it
18 is like legal, but once you hit 25, it seems like it's really low.
because I'm 25 now. It's gonna be like 21 and up. If we can't go out and do everything we want to do together because you're not old enough, then you're too young for me. So 21 and up for me.
Right now, if you can't legally drink, you're too young for me.
Yeah, exactly. In Nick's case, it's like if you out of the womb, that's the only way you're too young for me. Um, but I just think it's all about maturity, and there's a lot more to sex than what people want to think. And I think by the age of 18, you have enough of a grasp on the concept of the entire thing to be mature enough to do it.
No, I'm saying no. No, you pretty much touched it on basis. I think they should just turn it to 18 as the legal consent all the way through the United States and just cut it at that. Because by then you're by law you're legally on your own basically.
You want to introduce the last topic, Dale? What is one thing you would want if you were stranded on an island? You can only have one thing, so you got to pick one thing.
You know what? I want Greg to introduce this one. He hasn't done much. This will be my second. No, I'm like seriously like that. I'm saying that because like it would be my second one introducing, and I don't want to like.
I introduced 3 in a
do it
row,
everything.
so
So I want Greg to introduce this one and give out whatever he should like. I want him to introduce it, give out his answer, and then pick somebody.
but you're just a needy bitch.
Let's all do what I want to do. Mike, the podcast is stupid.
I know, Ryan already told me. All right, Greg, do you want to introduce this topic?
Sure. Desert islands. What the fuck are up with them? No, but seriously, if you guys were stranded on a desert island and you could have only one thing to bring with you, what would it be? For me, it would probably be a laptop, internet access. That's about it.
But no.
No, when you
But
say
no way-
desert island, do you mean like sand or do you mean a deserted
Deserted
island?
island.
Yeah, it's like you're the only one there. Which
But okay, so you have internet access, you have a laptop, but when that battery dies, you're fucked because you didn't say anything about the ability to charge it.
Oh shit! You're right.
I done fucked up.
You'd only have that porn for so long.
I would bring me one of those knives, tactical knives that have like the shit inside of it, like the compass at the end.
Hmm.
It's got like fucking like string and all kinds of like little utensils inside. Technically, it's all one thing. Or you can go real technical, and I could bring one of the seat pans that the aircrew sit on, because it's all one thing until you open inside of it, which you got a bunch of different things.
I'd probably say I'd say raft. So I get the fuck off that island and hopefully hit some shipping lanes.
Well said.
That's supposed to be a thought of too.
A raft, a goddamn raft with a fucking that has everything inside of it that I need. Yeah, but the rafts are survival with everything. They have a flare gun and all that stuff inside of them.
You're stealing my idea, you little
More or less,
bastard.
yeah.
Yeah, but the fucking raft is a raft.
It's a fucking raft. It floats.
The fucking.
It doubles.
I
as-
know.
It doubles
But like,
as a
see,
home.
like, does everybody know what I'm talking about when I said the knife that's got the shit inside of it?
Yes.
Is everybody
Yeah.
using this? I forget
Yeah.
what's inside of it. I know there's a compass at the end, like you unscrew
Matches,
it.
There's a
compass,
compass. Yeah, there's only matches on the inside. It's just a waterproof O-ring sealed container to hold matches.
Nick, what would you bring with you?
I'd have to go with something like plain. If I was going to go with just one thing, I wouldn't puss out like Dale and pick a pussy knife. I'd just pick just a standard knife, just non-serrated, straight edge blade. I can hunt. I can use it to fashion more like a spear out of wood. If I can find some rocks, I can
To light shit on fire.
Yeah, it would have to be a very specific type of rock, but yeah, I can start kicking sparks with it, although it'd be very ineffective, but eventually I'd figure something out to get some fire. If it's reflective enough, I could use it to signal if there's a plane over top.
I would bring another person because there would be nothing worse than being stuck on an island by yourself.
Would it be a male or a female?
It would obviously be a female, Ryan.
just asking.
It would be a female, and you could have someone to help you with things. You'd be able to work, And when it came to like cooking and stuff, a female, it's her natural rights to cook.
Hi.
So, but no, I would seriously, I'd bring another person, and that other person would be a female. I mean, some people might want to break it down and say that would make the situation more difficult, but in all actuality, I think for me personally, it would make the situation a lot easier. For one, you wouldn't have to Wilson it, You'd have somebody actually to communicate with. So, and then you could work and do more difficult things that would be more difficult to do by yourself. You would have another person there. Yeah, I would bring a female along. So I would have someone to be able to talk to, someone to be able to reproduce with if necessary, and
What happens if she was really fat and ugly?
I'd get to pick the fucking female, Dale. Jesus
What happens
Christ.
if you had no choice?
I get to pick one thing, anything I want. I pick a female, and I'm gonna pick one that I want to take with me.
I know, but I'm
What happens if you're barely surviving on that island, and then you bring a kid into that? And what happens if there's caught birth and they both die?
Well, it's always a possibility. Regardless of the child, there's always a possibility that either one of you could die, leaving the other one alone. And as far as bringing the kid into it, if it got too complicated, they could be a food source. I'm just kidding. And this has been another episode of 30 Minutes of Mayhem. I have been your host. My name is Michael Mayhew, and I have been here with my co-host.
Greg, once again, I'm here with everybody's favorite child molester.
Nick from youtube.com/TicTac Man, and joining me is our so lovable pothead.
Ryan Gatt, and I'm joined next to the man who gets his kicks off of watching movies with more dicks than tits.
I'm Dale.
All right, so that about does it. I hope you enjoyed the show, and remember to rate 5 stars. No, anyway, so
Oh my god, did we just jump back to 07?
Comment, view, subscribe, like.
remember to rate 5 stars. No, yeah. So I hope everyone enjoyed themselves. Any last words? No. Okay.
Tits.
Be safe out there, people.
Yes.
All right. Later, fellas.